From there, the testimony proceeded and stayed true to what we expected. Hugh defended Apple's decision to partner with Google, an agreement through which Google pays Apple billions of dollars every year to be the default search engine on Apple's platforms. This deal, referred to as the Information Services Agreement. As a refresher, Google pays Apple a cut of the advertising revenue generated from searches that Apple users make through its devices. Eventually, Hugh said that he and Pichai reached a compromise and the current iteration of the deal was finalized.
Trying to squeeze every last drop of life out of your smartphone. It's one thing to deal with a battery that doesn't last a day and crashing apps to avoid spending a big chunk of change. Let's look at one of the easiest ways to keep your digital life safer, only using devices that get current security updates. That's not much when phones cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Bigger brands like Apple and Samsung tend to have longer lifespans than smaller companies. The manufacture date should be listed on the package or in any included documentation.
Some of Google's other climate nudges, including those showing estimated emissions alongside flight and recipe search results, have frustrated groups including airlines and cattle ranchers, who accuse the company of using unsound math that misrepresents their industries. So far, Google's Project Greenlight is drawing bright reviews, but new details released today about how it works and expansion of the system to more cities next year could yield greater scrutiny. A conservative approach in that it allows cities to work with their existing infrastructure.
In other cases, Greenlight provides reassurance, not revolution. For authorities at Transport for Greater Manchester in the UK, many of Greenlight's recommendations are not helpful because they don't take into account prioritization of buses, pedestrians. But Google's project can provide confirmation that its signal network is working well. In reality, the cost of technology upgrades, coordination challenges within and between governments, and a limited supply of city traffic engineers have forced drivers to keep hitting the brakes.
Rothenberg says Google has prioritized supporting larger cities who employ traffic engineers and can remotely control traffic signals, while also spreading out globally to prove the technology works well in a variety of conditions, suggesting it could, if widely adopted, make a big dent in global emissions. Google can infer the signal timings and coordination at thousands of intersections per city. An AI model the company's scientists developed can then analyze traffic patterns over the past few weeks and determine, like those that could be unfriendly to pedestrians.
In some cities, an intersection's settings may go unchanged for years. Rothenberg says the project has in some cases drawn attention to intersections in areas typically neglected by city leaders. Google's system enables changes every few weeks as traffic patterns change, though for now it lacks capability for real-time adjustments, which many cities don't have the infrastructure to support anyway. INRIX's estimates do underscore the considerable climate consequences of small changes. Google will eventually charge for the service. She says there are no foreseeable plans to.
A driver in Seattle meets a red light. They wait about 20 seconds on average before it turns green again, according to vehicle and smartphone data collected by analytics company INRIX. The delays cause annoyance and expel in Seattle alone an estimated 1,000 metric tons or more of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere each day. With a little help from new Google AI software, the toll on both the environment and drivers is beginning to drop significantly. Optimizing some traffic signals based on insights from driving data from Google Maps.
When you click on a manufacturer, its phones are listed chronologically. You can view each phone's release date, when it was discontinued and if the manufacturer still supports it. Once a smartphone reaches its expiration, the manufacturer no longer pushes security updates to that device. An outdated phone is a gold mine for hackers, who could quickly access everything from your bank accounts and company information to your health data. For your convenience, hit the link below for a recent episode. Instead of doing all the steps above.
There's no doubt that Canva has vast design capabilities. However, did you know that it has also incorporated apps into its platform to help you make your designs even better? The image will automatically resize to naturally fit the phone. Emojify allows you to upload images and add emoji features to them. When you upload an image, face detection will scan the image, allowing you to transform the face into an emoji. It's definitely an interesting way to spice up an image. How people are able to seamlessly create shaped mountains or waves.
When asked whether or not Apple would have actually walked away from negotiations with Google had the two not come to an agreement. Apple doesn't prompt users to choose their own default search engine during the setup process of a new iPhone. To build its case, a Justice Department lawyer walked Q through the process of setting up a new iPhone. The idea was to illustrate how Apple lets users customize countless things during the setup process, but not the search engine. Q testified today that this isn't allowed under the current agreement.